After 4 birthdays we had in the past, all the tears, all the blood, at least we have enough electricity at every polling station now. Hey, why so dark? Why no electricity? Oh, whoa. Even if there was no electricity, we still have torchlight. Hey, we got electricity again. Oh, that's good. Malaysia very efficient. Nice. Whether you're a supporter of Pakatan Harapan, Barisan Nasional, or Perikatan Nasional, well, it doesn't matter as we are not advocating for any particular political party. Well, ahead of the state election in Selangor, Kelantan, Terengganu, Negeri Sembilan, Kedah, and Penang on 12 August, which is tomorrow.
I thought Penang is part of Kedah.
No. Later people from Penang come and beat you. I still want to go to Penang and eat apsam laksa and char kway teow. Debaters, please continue watching this video as we will definitely open up your mind and give you a new perspective of our election system.
Hi guys, we're the debaters. I am Kuan Yew and that thing over there is Jason.
I'm a thing. So am I a human,
Not
an animal, or amoeba?
Just a thing.
Just a thing.
If you want to know it, just ask question to let you guys know what he actually is.
Ow, ow.
Before we start the video, there is a conspiracy saying that if you subscribe to our channel today, you'll dream of BlackPink tonight.
BlackPink in your area? Well, I'm a perfect definition of BlackPink lah. I'm dark, so black, and I'm wearing pink, so BlackPink.
Anyways, moving on. Before we go into the debate part, as usual, the boring part, we'll have to briefly take you through the election process of Malaysia. What a boring part. Malaysia operates on a 3-tiered system of governance. The federal government, the state government, and the local government. Only the first 2 tiers, the federal and the state, are elected through elections every 5 years.
5 years.
What about the local governments? They are appointed by state governments rather than holding a separate elections.
Yeah, if not, we'll have politicians talking nonsense every day lah.
Like Muhyiddin.
Yeah, that's why he's in the hospital.
I still like him though 20 years ago. Anyways, we will have a general election and state election every 5 years, as we mentioned before. The difference lies in the fact that the general election elects members who will sit in the parliament and make decisions that will affect the entire country, including Sabah and Sarawak. Yes, Sabah and Sarawak are part of Malaysia.
Yes, they are part of Malaysia. While the state election, on the other hand, is held to elect members who sit in the state legislative assembly and make decisions that affect only that particular state. For example, every time Johor wins the football competition, Johor will have holiday. Well, does that mean that Johor Sultan is better? I know you might be more concerned about which party will win the election. Well, we're all concerned about whether the girls have to wear their tudung and whether we can still have concert in Malaysia. Well, if some party wins the election, then maybe BlackPink or Coldplay can't even have their concert in Malaysia anymore.
Taylor Swift is having her concert in Singapore, not Malaysia.
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about that today. We want to look at the election from another perspective that most of the people will not think about, which is whether the election system is fair enough in Malaysia. So if you want to talk about whether our election is fair enough, well, it will be necessary for us to discuss about the transparency of our election system and the distribution of seats. Well, the transparency basically refers to the openness and visibility of the entire electoral process. Well, to make sure the election is fair, free from manipulation.
Yeah, not like back then. Suddenly, some of the police station.
Polling station, not police station.
Polling station. Happy now?
Yeah, happy now.
Teach me English.
Sorry lor, my English teacher.
Anyways, some of the polling stations suddenly no electricity. And then suddenly, when the electricity comes back, suddenly, wow, a few more boxes of wood suddenly appear there out of nowhere.
Yeah, if you remember that happened in 2013 lah. Then when there was Pakatan and Barisan Nasional, you all remember that 2013. And transparency is also very important to increase public confidence and allow for public scrutiny.
Yeah, aka make it live, full live, not partially live, and then put it on live on TV3 or Astro, and if you don't have money to pay them, then just put it on Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg made it free.
Yeah, Facebook is a better platform lah. No one watch TV3 anymore. They watch Ultraman 3. Well, number 2, transparency is also very important to make sure a level playing field for all candidates. Well, this can be done by taking action against those politicians who try to bribe the voters into voting them. Well, for example, very recently, on 27 June 2023, Ahmad Amzad Hashim, the previous Member of Parliament of Kuala Terengganu, was disqualified and lost his seat as a Member of Parliament after the Terengganu Election Court found corruption had taken place with the aim of influencing voters in the general election in November 2022.
I thought there's a norm for Malaysians. I thought government say not corruption They just give people vouchers to buy stationery. They give people angpao ni
Well, who knows? Maybe they are different now.
Anyways, we have discussed about the benefits of having a very transparent election system, but the coin will always have two sides. I will now tell you two main disadvantages of having an election system that is too transparent. First of all, every Malaysian who is 18 years old and above will automatically be registered with the SPR and is automatically eligible to vote right now as compared to before. What this means? It means that SPR has such a big database that it has all the personal details of every Malaysian, no matter if you're living overseas like us in the UK or you're just living back in Malaysia. Well, this will be a huge privacy crisis if the system is being hacked by some criminal groups or some hackers and they use it for illegal activities.
Wow, so do they have access to my browsing history? Oh shit, I'm gonna delete that.
Well, as a data protection lawyer, I would say that you guys be very careful. Actually, government can check all the IP addresses by VPN.
Not free VPN, the actual VPN.
So this shows what? This shows that the government is trying to be transparent, but they don't have the technology to protect the data and to support the transparency. Secondly, is the voter suppression. All the voters should be kept anonymous, which means no one should be able to know who you vote for. But that is not the case if we have a very transparent election system. Our previous government is said to be that they have ways to track those citizens who did not vote for them and took actions against them. For instance, in Cameron Highland.
Well, we all know which party does Cameron Highland belong to. It has always been the same party.
The farmers will need license from the local council to grow strawberries. 草莓 士多啤梨
Oh, I thought it's 草莓士多啤梨呢度好多文字叮叮湧湧
But we hear complaints from farmers who did not vote for the previous government. They got their license cancelled.
Suspicious.
So that's how bad the situation could be when systems is too transparent, isn't it? So now, here comes the fun part. The question of the day is whether our election system in Malaysia is considered as transparent.
Well, I would say yes, and let me give you the first reason why I think that our election system is transparent. Well, that's because the SPR, which overlooks the entire election, well, they are neutral. Well, in theory, they are supposed to be neutral. But after 4 birthdays we had in the past, all the tears, all the blood, well, the situation had actually improved a lot, that at least we have enough electricity at every polling station now. Hey, why so dark? Why no electricity? Oh, whoa. Even if there was no electricity, we still have torchlight. That's what the volunteers at the police station will normally bring nowadays.
Polling station.
Sorry, polling station. Yes, it's an essential thing. Hey, we got electricity again. Ah, that's good. Malaysia very efficient. Nice. Well, the next reason why I think that our election system is transparent is that all voters are automatically registered. This can effectively prevent the voter fraud, that they will not be ghost voters voting one political party.
Too much information lah. They all listening.
On their phone listening.
It's fine lah. It's Anwar right now. Don't worry.
I would say no. Why? Because of the lack of transparency in campaign financing. The political parties will have to invest during the campaign in order to spread their manifesto. This includes all the flags you can see at the roadside, or all the talks organized by the political parties. But the lack of transparency in campaign financing means that it could be unfair for the other parties, isn't it? We all know which party will always give money to the voters before the election so that they will vote for the party lah.
So where does the money come from?
Well, we don't know. We don't know actually. It could be bribe. It could be political donation from businessmen behind the politicians. Or it might be us Malaysians, we are nice, kind enough. We donate RM1. Each person in Malaysia donate RM1 to our government.
Well, if all of us donate RM1, just RM1 from each citizen, the government will have 30 million ringgit. Well, that's a lot.
Yeah,
Well, I think we're gonna do.
that lah.
I think we're gonna do the debaters charity right now. Hey, come, RM1, ah. I'll put my bank details here. RM1. Okay, not much, RM1.
So most of the times, especially some uneducated citizens from kampung, and I mean the ulu kampung, they will vote for parties that give them more benefits, more money, and that makes sense, isn't it? It's not their fault, they're just uneducated. When parties or candidates provide money or material incentives to voters in exchange for their votes, it can compromise the democracy principle of free and fair elections.
Well, we are done with transparency. Well, another topic we want to talk about is the distribution of seats. Well, what is that? Well, let's take Selangor as an example. As you can see on the picture here, Selangor alone has 56 different areas, with each area representing one seat. Well, you might notice that some areas are larger than the others, and all of these are decided by the SPR.
Now that's the question. Is it fair?
Well, I would say it is fair because it is based on the principle of one person, one vote, where each area or constituency represents a specific number of voters, while each citizen's vote carries equal weight regardless of the race, social status. Well, like our Prime Minister Anwar, he only has one vote like all the others, uncle, aunties on the street. Well, it doesn't mean that he is the Prime Minister, then he gets two votes. Well, this provides a fair representation to all citizens that we all have the equal right to choose the government we want, whether it's PH, PN, or PN.
Well, I still think that our distribution of seats is unfair. As you can see that from the picture again, we should put the picture again. Some areas are a lot larger than the others, and some areas are a lot smaller than the others. This means what? The smaller areas can only, probably some of them only contains thousands of voters, and some of them have hundreds of thousands of voters. How is this fair? When one area with only 1,000 of voters represents one seat, but the other area as well, which has 100,000 of voters, they represent one seat also. Even though every citizen only carry one vote, but then the weight carried by those voters from the smaller areas is much bigger than those bigger areas with more voters, isn't it?
That's true.
So the distribution of seats is done by SPR, even though they are supposed to be neutral. But in reality, we all know that the SPR may act in favor of usually who? The governing party. The distribution could be redrawn strategically from time to time. It's not always the same. And why is that so? That's to favor the governing party. For instance, it is a fact that most Chinese will vote for DAP. I mean, we do know that some Chinese will vote for MCA or BN.
Or Gerakan.
We are not trying to say that you're not supposed to vote for anyone. It's fine for you to vote for anyone. But what the SPR did in the past is that they will redraw the constituency so that all Chinese will be contained in one constituency or one area. So no matter how many votes DAP has, they'll still only get that one seat. On the other hand, the SRP will split the Malay areas into different constituencies so that Barisan Nasional would get more seats in parliament or state assembly. A good proof is that the general election in 2013 again.
So many things happened in 2013.
I know, right?
But yeah.
The coalition of Pakatan Rakyat got 52%, which is more than the simple majority of votes. But Barisan Nasional won 133 seats out of 222 seats. So how on earth is that possible when you can get 52% of votes but still not be the government? It doesn't make sense.
Well, I totally understand your point while questioning the neutrality and impartiality of the SPR, especially when it comes to the election. Well, your point might be valid in any other country, but obviously you have to know Malaysia is a very special country. Well, we are a multiracial country. Well, not like what Dr. Mahathir said in his post that Malaysia is not a multiracial country. That is incorrect. But we also have to understand that we have the so-called Malay areas, Chinese areas, and Indian areas that people from the same race will normally live together. Well, for example, in Kepong, majority of the people there are Chinese, and if you go to the other states like the Kelantan, Terengganu, the majority of the people are Malay.
What happened to Satu Malaysia?
So the SPR has to draw the constituency boundary based on the geographical location and the different areas to make sure that the total counts in each constituency is equal. Well, I know that the current distribution of seats is not perfect. I do acknowledge that, but the SPR has to withdraw the boundary to reflect the actual situation of each area. But after all, I still think that it is fair considering the very unique situation we have in Malaysia. Yeah, so basically what Kuan Yew has been saying is that, well, since the SPR has been responsible for drawing the boundaries and the distribution of seats, well, it might be unfair considering some areas are a lot larger than the others, which basically means that, well, one party might get a simple majority. For example, in 2013, the Pakatan Rakyat got 52% of the vote of the whole country, but still, they can't be the government. That could be the instance that it could be unfair.
But Jason is saying that Malaysia is such a unique country, multiracial country, that it is separated as Chinese areas, Malays areas, and Indian areas. In fact, the SPR, they separate Malay areas into so many areas and separate Chinese and Indian areas into like way lesser areas. And then he say that that's because of the very unique situation in Malaysia that makes it fair. Okay lah. We'll see if the viewers actually sides me or sides Jason.
Well, viewers, this might be very deep for you and it must have prompted a lot of questions in your head on whether the election system we have is fair or unfair. Well, let us know what you think in the comment section below down there. Well, either you agree with me,
That thing over there,
or do you agree with that thing over there? But after all, if you are eligible to vote on 12 August 2023, which is tomorrow, please exercise your rights as a citizen. Well, you can vote for whatever you want, PN, PH, or BN, but please go out and vote. Well, your vote is not only a single vote, but it also means the future of our country. It means the future of the next generation. The debaters, if you enjoyed the video, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and please do press that notification bell so you will not miss out on any of our future videos. And also let us know what do you want to see us have a debate in our future videos. And remember, subscribe to our channel and you will dream of BlackPink tonight, okay? BlackPink your area. So the debaters, stay curious, stay open-minded, and stay excited for our next video. See ya!